Let's not go that way, at least back to the same area. I always loot the first thing before I even look at what it is. Maybe I should slow that down just a little bit. Can I salvage parts from that janitor? For Moan Sam? Thank you for being unlockable.
Got nimble fingers, Captain.
So I do. So I do. Nothing needed. Off we go. What have you done today so far? We finished up the rest of the missions that we had the ability to complete on the Groundbreaker, including drinking with Pavati, talking to Pavati about the relationship between her and Junlei, as well as meeting Edna, who told me to clear out the comms ship, and fixing the heat problem. So this is the comms ship that I'm clearing out at the moment, and then we'll go back, talk to Edna, and then I think we'll touch down on another area. John Wolf, all right, time for me to have a night-long nap. Sleep well. John, much appreciated for tuning in. Just got here. Why do the companions have moon hats? I don't know why the companions have moon hats at all. I couldn't possibly tell you. Is it because we all have moon hats and we are the moon crew rolling out, having a good time, being friends, wholesoming our way across the galaxy, helping people, finding comrades, destroying bootlickers? It's a good time. If you don't mind me asking, do you intend to continue Warbital? No. Series is done. Thanks for the stream. Thanks for tuning in. Alright. Yeah, I think from this angle, I'm probably just going to polish them off. Like, I guess this is enough loot to justify the 2 mag picks I used. The other one gives me a better angle, but unfortunately there's explosive barrels up there, so I would take damage. I do actually one of these times want to shoot them in their weak spot. It's like below, like the lower half of the torso. There's like a blue square, I believe.
Unexpected noise identified.
Okay, combat drone, I know where your weak spots are, definitely. It's gonna be the blue, like, PAR relays. Pretty good.
Wow, great work.
Pretty good.
Oh, gosh. He's dead, ain't he?
It's a mechanical droid. What are you talking? Oh. Yeah. Yeah, he's definitely dead. Droid 2. Just in case you were worried about that one as well. Alright, let's check Frey. Relayed control terminal passcode. There's a silencer here as well, which is a one-handed melee. Interesting. Bit cartridge and light ammo. Fine. We'll also take the automag pistol that you used and check out this. I was so wrong. Wrong. Say, this character's dialogue doesn't seem like it's... So Terry, thank you very much for gifting a tier 1 sub to Draconic user. Draconic user. Much appreciated. And Draconic user, welcome to the Republic. Enjoy your emotes in chat. Yeah, this is probably not going to work well in Werner Herzog's voice. I was so wrong. Wrong. The whispers did not stop. Not. They have returned. They howl. That's not even... They howl. Howl at me. Demanding that... demand... He doesn't have a deep voice. He has like an old, distressed kind of voice. Demanding I return home and bathe in the streets in crimson. Bright crimson. Beautiful. Again, that's not his accent. I just can't do it when I'm not doing like a Werner Herzogish phrase. Beautiful crimson. I can only think of one way to end this. And forgive me, Delilah. So we'll just change the character, I guess. Peace. Dude is dead as hell. I'm just gonna avail myself of all of your property. I mean, dude, you are way too dead. You can't take this stuff with you. It's mine now. It passes on. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust, and your property to mine. They usually don't mention the last one as they're giving the eulogy, though. Typically. Security on mechanical manual. The instruction printed in this manual have been covered mostly by a legible scroll. Entire paragraphs are crossed out with frantic lines of dark ink. In some places, the pages are torn from the force of whoever wielded the pen. One section, describing the correct procedures for setting auto mechanicals on a proper charging schedule, is mostly untouched. Random letters within the text are circled, as though the owner was trying to discover some secret message hidden within. Phrase journal, a beautiful dream. Last night I dreamed, and it was beautiful. The streets of Byzantium were decorated with crimson streamers that laughed in the breeze. They asked me to take them. Take them. They asked me to take them and give them to my special ones. I gathered the crimson in my arms, and it felt so alive, so happy. I turned, and Delilah was beside me. Tell that to the pharaohs. They didn't take it with them either. And if I could talk to them, I'd tell them that. Although if I could talk to them, they probably would have been able to take it with them, you know, assuming the idea of an afterlife in that circumstance. I did not question why my superior was there. Her eyes so full of emotion, I know she feels, but dares not show it work. I wrapped her neck in crimson, tying it tight as a scarf on a cold day. So beautiful. The crimson on her neck opened as a second mouth and began screaming. When I awoke, I was scared. The dreams are so real now. And this time I recognized a face. I recognized the face. Yeah, they don't do the like the more Scottish one, which I keep screwing up on it accidentally. I had to leave work early today. Every time I looked at Delilah, I heard a whisper in my mind about how beautiful she would look with a touch of crimson on her neck. Her neck. This must stop. It's not stop. This must stop. It's not who I am. This is not who I will become. I must find help. This is not an Oda World stream. I'm afraid this stream is actually Raps learns other accents this stream. Okay, I'll append that. Raps attempts to learn other accents this stream. Alright, security is cool. Update the security routines or display unit status. Display unit status. So there are 6 currently patrolling, and the hostility level is kill on sight. Let's update to begin their charging cycle. Got him. I thought this was going to be the mission solved, but no, it's just making the mission a little easier for myself. Not that I think it needed to be. Raps' attempt to E. Were you going for Welsh? Because that actually sounded pretty spot on. Yeah, that was for the past 3 notes for Frey. I've been doing Welsh. Hi, how far are you in? We have cleared almost the entirety of the Groundbreaker and all of Edgevale. Edgewater, rather. So just that. Pretty early on. Pretty early on, I still believe.
Oh, I did not expect you back so soon, Captain.
Apparently the mission's done? I don't remember when I did it. Such a sequence in Roseway. Doom came to Roseway. What's for the void? Silent voices. No, I have not. Good gosh. I have not done it. I didn't think that the charging routine was what was going to solve it. Are you kidding me? Like it's actually just directly in front of me. Oh, because I had to unbar this door. Right, this was the ultimate goal. Got it. Activate the relay terminator. And 26 out of 28 arrays are functional. Good to know. Untransmitted memories stored in data cache. They can be successfully transferred to a physical storage devices. Excellent. To a physical storage device. Do I already get that information? Is there a cartridge in here? Did I get them as like a note or something maybe? No, that's trash. Yeah. Copy of all the transmissions received by the relay while it was offline and the diagnostics manual. So I gotta make sure that I check those back on the ship before I actually deliver them. At least it was quick. Had to go now. Tomorrow's a hard day. Uni, 2 exams. Good lord. Rest up. Rest up and sleep well. Also, best of luck for your exams. Berowan. How do I actually... I've said Bjoron usually, but that's like a... That has to be it misspoken. Berowan.
Didn't I request no more fertilizer shipments be brought on board? Who keeps ordering these?
I'm not standing by these. Are you kidding me? I only eat sister pigs. Thank you. Everyone, yeah, this is written, yeah. Sorry about having mispronounced it in the past. I do apologize. Occasionally I'll read a name and it has like a lot of vowels in it. I'm just like, I guess all vowels move. They all have the commutative property. Apparently the cows are a reference to Firefly. Oh my god, they are, aren't they? Yeah, the episode where they become, like, effectively cattle herders. Alright. Alright, I like it a lot more now. I'm gonna leave them alive as a direct result of that exclusively. It's kind of, like, really cheap to tinker with most of my stuff right now. Maybe because my engineering is really high? Yeah, like, they're cheaper than I would have expected them to be as well. I pretty much only need the Deadeye assault rifle at this point. All reliable, may as well have it around. Alright, fine. So we're back here. That means we need to go to Groundbreaker to hand in this mission to Edna. Speaking of Firefly, look closely at one of the ammo.
The Groundbreaker has approved our request for docking, Captain.
Look closely at the ammo. Okay. Ammo. Ammo? Space's choice. Most cost-effective solution to any threat. Backed by Vulcan's 800-meter lethal guarantee. Light up your opposition with Firefly's line of pure energy-based ammunition.
Captain, you're free to disembark.
What does the science hammer do again? Apparently it does damage. Apparently it does enough damage that despite the fact that it on the screen appears to do no damage, it's still worth to the rate that I think I'll tinker with it a little. Apparently it's a really good weapon. I believe it alternates, rotates, rather. I believe it rotates through a bunch of different status effects, like corrosive and plasma and N-ray, I think, as well. N-ray, if it does N-ray, actually, it does N-ray, doesn't it? If it does N-ray, and it does, that's probably why it's so much better than it looks. All right, let's get out. That makes complete sense. It's got the same rusty ragtag space family feel. Agreed. Definitely agreed. And I mean, like, in Firefly, we were mostly experiencing the kind of, like, outer and far-flung parts of society. The more central areas I imagine Byzantium is going to be kind of similar to them, like Ariel in particular, if you're familiar with Ariel. Did Felix escape Moonhat? No, he didn't escape Moonhat, and no one will escape Moonhat. So Moonhat, yes, is a little corporate stoogey, clearly, but the origin of it, the idea of it, the execution of it. Like the Evil, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. No need to apologize for being late. It's good to have you. I'll give you a quick rundown of the stuff we've done. We've cleared up the rest of the missions that we had on the Groundbreaker that we had to do, including Pavati gaining enough moxie, enough wherewithal in order to ask Junlei out, as well as fixing the heat problem. And now we're fixing a comms problem, then we'll be done.
My comm center already got an update ping from the backup relay. I trust everything went smoothly.
It did. I'm off. Lead conversation. Because I'm not giving you the... I've got to read the data pack first. My bad. I'm sorry about that. Also belongs to one of my favorite NPCs, poor depressed Moonhat Man. Yeah, look. Martin is lovely. I want him to be a companion. So listening to things is usually Arda playing them. Something I've been meaning to ask you. Arda, do you have a favorite among the crew? It's me, right? No. Are you keeping secrets from me?
What do you mean? Do you have any examples of secrets you have kept from me?
I killed your captain. It was an accident. I'm sorry. No. I'm one of the Lost Hope colonists. The scientists retrieved me from hibernation. I mean, literally, like, Phineas has talked about that directly in front of her. I have a secret phobia. I'm actually afraid of sock puppets.
Duly noted. Are you sure that is all you wished to confess?
I was hoping that was actually going to give me a flaw, like sock phobia. If anyone is wearing socks in the vicinity, you lose 10 to perception. I'm one of the Lost Hope colonists.
Truthfully, not that I contain the capacity to lie. I had suspected as much. Your neurological impulses spike at unusual and often inappropriate moments. It doesn't take a genius to correlate the meaning, although if I were a human, I would be considered one. I am glad you felt comfortable enough to tell me, Captain. According to my file on the subject, that means you either desire to obtain something from me, or you have formed a partial fondness for my persona.
It's the first one. I guarantee you.
I have been keeping a secret as well.
That's what I wanted.
But you shall have to discern it yourself.
This was trade! Your secret is that you were in love with Alex Hawthorne.
I do not like joking about the captain, Captain. And we both know I am not capable of such a complex emotion.
You are clandestinely plotting to take over the Halcyon system. Are you sentient?
No, absolutely not. I have no concept of self whatsoever. Discounting the architecture of a shell persona my captain asked me to construct, I identify entirely as a collection of electrical impulses, with no fundamental consciousness. I never get bored and contemplate hijacking the ship. I swear.
Yeah, so, how, that's apparently how I speak now. This is also the determinism that OSI was talking about, right? Literally, like, expressed in a similar way, right? There's no free will, right? Which is tied into the concept at the absolute least of consciousness. We are all effectively just a combination of atoms that have a series of electrical impulses that determine everything that is going to happen. The universe is predetermined, right? Interesting.
How did you guess, Captain? The simulated files are not only stored in the recesses of my ALU, in the space between microsynapses, but I encrypted them in 7 SDRA languages.
I was joking, or you forgot to close the file folder before your last sleep cycle. So I imagine Arda is also joking, so I'm gonna say the second one.
I see. Captain, I regret to inform you there appears to be an issue with the life support systems.
Fix it, that's a direct order. Is this gonna be like the last time you tried to jettison me from the ship when we landed?
Unfortunately, the statistical likelihood is high.
Good luck. I'm encrypted behind 7 SDRA languages. Let's talk about something else.
May luck be with you. Of course, as I am sure you are aware, luck does not exist. But it seems to comfort humans to believe they possess good quantities of it.
Well, I mean, it's literally just, I hope things go well for you. Okay. So the space log, I guess I might be able to see in Alex Hawthorne's. No. Return to root, logs, return to root. Yeah, so it looks like I can't actually inspect the stuff myself, which is a little bit unfortunate. Because I do want to have, like, access to all these messages. It's also possible that, like, as I give them over, we get information on the messages. So, Rap's got to go. Keep up the good work. Thank you for tuning in, Fameware. Much appreciated. Catch you around. Oh ho, shrink ray. Yep. I've never used it, actually. I don't think I've used it on a single enemy at all, ever. Never wound up using the science weapons, but not using it. Using it for another playthrough seems fun. Yeah, I'd probably go like a really high science playthrough, like very, very focused on it, and then get my companions to do like almost all of the combat for me until I get my plasma weapons. Then I would leave all of my companions behind, have all of the perks that increase my own damage and my science weapon damage, and then just rock the world with a science weapon. Wait a second, there's a fast teleport in here. Let's just do that.
Mike.
Here's your data backup.
That's odd. The only messages in the queue are encrypted ones. Looking at the transmission logs, the relay hasn't received a single unencrypted message in the past 36 months. Must be on account of some new security red tape. Well, whatever's the cause, the board and the Earth Minister will see it sorted. Thanks again for saving my derriere. I secured quite the payment authorization for you from Chief Junlei. Try not to spend it all in one place.
How quiet?
Routing through the backup relay has saved us a mess of trouble. Thanks to you, the auxiliary will handle the signal load when the primary's caught in the occlusion.
That's certainly a sentence. I mean, it's not actually just like technobabble. That does make sense based on what she'd already told me about the positioning of the planets, or rather the positioning of the gas giant planet. Though. Interesting. Interesting. All right, Junlei, I'm gonna say goodbye. Brought Pavati.
As you were.
Jeez. She actually decided not to like Pavati. She didn't even acknowledge her presence. That's cold, Junlei. That's cold. So, I'm pretty sure Rosewater now has 3 things we have to do there. Let's have a quick look. Location? I didn't know you could just search by location region. I would only be doing that if I knew. Okay, there's 3 on the groundbreaker, but this needs me to actually, Gladys's needs me to solve the other one. Yeah, Lilia Hagen's, which needs me to have the Stellar Bay on Monarch. Right, hang on. She needs someone who can access Stellar Bay on Monarch. I don't have it, but the solution to this one is the distress signal on Rosewater. So this is a Rosewater mission. This is a Rosewater mission. This is... Sorry, Roseway, rather. Scylla. This one's Scylla. So it's not actually giving me, by the way, where they're supposed to be, weirdly. What did I miss? Junlei and Pavati had a falling out? No, they just didn't acknowledge one another in a conversation. It wasn't actual falling out. Do not worry. It's fine. And Shaney in Fallbrook on Monarch. Yeah, so we have 1 on Fallbrook Monarch and then a bunch in Roseway. Let's go there. I think Roseway is Terra 2. Why was I built to feel ennui and you don't think you have consciousness? You're lying to me.
We're now in orbit above Roseway, Captain.
Appreciate it.
Can we talk?
What up, Billy?
This Roseway business smells. Something tells me things didn't end well for the guy who made the distress call. And whoever or whatever got him will be waiting for us.
Do you know anything about the soul who sent the call, or what are you suggesting? What are you suggesting? No, the first one.
What's there to know, Captain? Shady corporate town caught up in shady corporate shit. Tough luck for them, but maybe an opportunity for us.
What do you mean, Ellie? Why wouldn't they just call for corporate reinforcements? Someone needs help, Ellie, and we're going to give it to them, or could be a trap.
With a lot of these companies, the thrashing you take from your boss is worse than whatever a bunch of marauders will do to you. Doesn't exactly encourage calling for aid when there's a fuck up.
Someone needs help, Ellie, and we're going to give it to him.
If you say so, I'm keeping a finger on the trigger all the same. Anyway, we might as well take a look out there, see if we can get the jump on whoever's waiting for us.
So Terry donated $10 and says it's my first stream, and there are important, really important things rather that you need to know. I don't think so. Are there any? Can anyone tell me what settings would help with the buffering? Search the Outer Worlds Nexus. There's a mod that effectively just gives you INI files that you can use to turn down some settings. That helps me with the stuttering. I mean about the game. Any really important things you need to know about the game? I mean, you've been watching for a little bit now, so you've kind of got already the atmosphere. The only like backstory that you're missing at this point is that we were on the Lost Hope, which was a freighter full of cryogenically frozen people. We are the first cryogenically frozen person from that, and we were thawed out earlier than anyone else because they don't have the materials to thaw out the rest of the people, and also it was thought that we were all dead, so people don't believe that we actually exist. That is to say, the people who lost hope. That's what kind of rum do you recommend? I actually have a soft spot for Kraken. I tried it recently. Other than that, you know, I was just... At the time that rum was my drink of choice, I would drink any. Okay, in this area, we definitely need Vic and Max. Probably not Pavati, actually. I want to rock with Ellie a little bit more. Sorry, Felix. They do feel like they put good effort into the plausible tech talk. There's a thing later on that mentions nucleon and the DNA reproduction in a way that feels coherent. I wouldn't be surprised if it was. Like, completely.
No security. Not that I'm complaining.
Ah, it's an Auntie Cleo's town. Good to see it. Good to see it. This looks ridiculously foreboding. As in, like, I think this town has been wiped out and we're about to discover every corpse. Foreboding. That said, the town is in the other direction, so obviously I need to go in this direction.
A detour? Well, adventure does favor the bold.
So it does. So it does. Just looking for the one container that's going to be back here. It's going to have an item in it, and then it would be like, an item I guess was worth. Would have been cool if it was hidden back there among the rocks. Where are you, free item? I know you're here somewhere. Hey, there's a couple of them down there. Welcome to Republic Notebooks. Enjoy your emotes in chat and welcome. Enjoy your emotes in chat and welcome to the stream. Thank you, Cettery, for gifting the tier 1 sub to Notebooked. Much appreciated. And Notebooked, enjoy your emotes in chat and welcome to Republic. Speaking of the emotes in chat, by the way, I have officially sent in my commission for the next two emotes. One of them is going to be kind of like a cheering / yay / party kind of vibe. And the other one's going to be surprised, but not necessarily like ambiguous as to whether or not they're surprised. This is going to be my character kind of thing. Whether ambiguous as to whether or not they're surprised by something positive or negative, which is important to me, right? So that it's like has large use cases. We actually have a decent amount of money. We might, and access to restricted products as well, so might be able to find something here. Extendo Psych, a 2x scope, no. Armoring, armors you against N-ray damage. That could be pretty good. I don't know if it's actually needed right now though. Backpack, no. Yeah. It's not the best choice. It is Space's choice. Increases the distance you travel when dodging. Huh. I wonder if that's actually effective. Came across what I think may be a bug in the floor system yesterday as I got a floor that I didn't do the thing that it said I had to do to get the floor. Not sure if I should say what you did because it could be a spoiler. That's fair. But yeah, it is possible that there's still like a couple bugs left in the game. It is very recently released. Turn off all my junk. Laminated. We've seen that before. Yeah, these are all just the same thing by different companies at this point, basically. Kinematic shield, temporarily invulnerable, increases your... Yeah, I've already got one of those activated, I believe. Increase your attack skills, don't need that either. I want to go to a couple more planets because I do want to know, like, if the planets end up looking significantly different to one another. As I said that sentence, though, I realized that this is actually the first planet that I was on. This is Terra 2. Again, I've just landed near Roseway rather than Edgewater. Gotta remember, approach on the left when I'm coming back to the ship, because I've cleared the right on my way into town. You're landing out to a clearing. This has got to be where we find our stuff. No, looks like this is a natural area I was supposed to be able to get to. Damn, how dare you. Fine, let's actually tag a Roseway mission so I have something. Guess we'll do this one first. Actually, it's 170 away. Let's check the other ones. Oh. They both appear to be in the same location, so it's probably entry to the town. Have a look at the friend on screen. A friend of mine, one of my housemates actually, used to work as a games journalist and got sent a pack of like Outer Worlds stuff by the publisher, and I got to keep the plush. Pretty close looking. No, this is like the Outer Worlds official plush. Private Division, the publisher. That's why it's so close. These are
Here we go.
what the? Okay. Fine, we're gonna have to use a plasma weapon against these. Got it. Raptidon. Fine. Start looting all of this stuff still, though. I get surprised at how quickly the XP gain for enemies ratchets up. I mean, yeah, I did just turn in a bunch of missions ever since turning level 11, so I'm not entirely surprised, to be entirely honest with you. Okay. Okay. Tech. I don't really want to go into tech. Unlockability, dodge recovery speed. I don't really want to do any of those either. I kind of just want to start sticking them into long guns. Like, I think at this point, it's persuade, long guns, hack, and maybe after that, sneak and lockpick keep going back up. Yeah, I'm going long guns. This is what I'm going to want to do. Should put more into medical so healing is more effective. I very rarely needed to heal. I kind of wish the game was a little bit more difficult, I can be honest. I think the way in which I'm playing it, that is to say, playing with 2 companions that are, you know, using fully tinkered equipment pretty much all of the time, that kind of thing. I think that's probably ultimately not helping me that much. Okay. Actually, I do want to sell some of these, so let's just add a bunch of them to junk. Because I don't need all of the weapon parts. I'm not short on weapon parts right now. Okay. Fine. As well. Space of choice pickaxe. It's junk. It was pristine, though. Silencer. It's one-handed melee. Let's inspect it. It kind of looks like a hammer. Like a hammer that does bleed. Don't know who I would give that to. Get rid of the security blade, definitely. Plasma launcher? Kind of appealing. Kind of appealing. Remember the start and the difficulty there? I do remember the start and the difficulty there. Looks like a very intense can opener. This is when you need to open all of the cans at the same time. This is an industrial can opener, I'm pretty sure. Just modified for damage. Yeah, I'm just gonna straight up junk all of them. Hang on, light pistol make 2. Space's choice. It's level 16. That looks like that's actually probably Ellie's now. Hell yeah! Alright, get rid of that auto mag now. Ellie also uses this, but Ellie stays at range, so Ellie doesn't actually use her melee ever. Ooh, silencer is better than your pulse, so I'll give you that as well. And then armor. This has dialogue, stealth, leadership. So anything that just gives dialogue, stealth, and leadership can go away. Having a lockpicking helmet is good. Obviously, we need the Moonman accessory. That's for someone else later. Keep the welder's goggles, anti-riot gear. I mean, Ellie is wearing a hat. Good. Persuade +5. I mean, this is lie +5. Dialogue skills +5. That shouldn't be necessary. Factory stock armor plating. But it comes with factory stock armor plating. Yeah, it shouldn't be necessary. Dialogue skills with tech skills and Nightingale lower footsteps. Shouldn't be necessary. Anti-riot gear. We will keep that one just in case. Obviously keep the hat. Laboratory goes. That goes. That goes. That goes as well. We whittled that down pretty effectively. So as soon as we get into a town, we have a hell of a lot to junk. Hey Milo, welcome to the stream. +10 to all dialogue skills when you have no companions. +5 meters interactable range. +40 from companions. So I don't think I actually knew. Will you change your YouTube icon? Some people might take it as a political assignment, with which I agree, but may steer away from this channel. Yes. Oh, not yes to will I change my YouTube icon. Yes to that will steer people away from my channel. Good. I don't want bigotry thinking it has a home in my community. At all. Ever. Anything I can do that, as a side effect, happens to make people like that less comfortable in my community, it's good. +25% TTD restored per kill. So, yeah. That's something I'm going to want so that I can just pot. I do really want to try and have a faster sniper rifle, right? That can, you know, reload a little bit faster, because as I'm doing those pot shots, I'm waiting a really long time. 50% science damage. Yeah, I'm doing that one. The Reaper is like my plan, ideally, for this kind of build. That said, I guess like one thing I should consider doing is maybe changing my Deadeye. Actually, I should probably go back to ship and heal them up. But changing my Deadeye to Plasma, maybe? Definitely here it seems like I should have it at Plasma. And I have a lot of Plasma ones. Yeah, I'm going back to the ship. I'm going to do that quickly. Actually, you know what? In town, there's almost certainly going to be a workbench, so let's just go there. Reminds me of the story where Michael Jordan was saying he wasn't going to criticize a local politician for some racist remarks because conservatives bite shoes too. That's slightly more different because like the end product isn't like directly tied in with a person's personality and beliefs, that some of which are considered political. But yeah, I mean, there are a lot of people who are agreeing that certain things at the moment are political that are not political. They are only political because some people decided, I don't want to talk about that in public often, and I don't want to be confronted with the fact that I'm wrong. So I'm going to just consider it a political opinion and say, hey, no politics here. What are you talking about? Let's not talk. Let's be nice. Let's get along. Let's not talk about politics while I think that you are not a person. That's not a political thing. Reminder that literally everything is politics. The personal is political. The way that people are typically referencing politics when they invoke it in that way is usually like, oh, there's a subset of things that are political and they include exclusively the things by which I am annoyed. Silly, thank you very much for the gift sub to QW. Thank you very much, QW, as well, for joining the Republic. Enjoy your emotes in chat. What the fuck? I love Raptidons now.
I done had enough of this shit. I'm just the fucking tarmac guard. No one said nothing about fighting no raps.
High and buy again. Catch you around, silly. Thank you. Sorry. That's supposed to land on the couch. I heard that it did not. Whoops. At first watching your content, I didn't realize your views on sexuality, and suppose I didn't notice the channel icon, but when it was brought to my attention, I was happy as there needs to be more representation. I myself am straight, but like to think I'm an ally to the people in the LGBTQIA community. Yeah, it's not super up to date, but what are the I and the A on the end of the LGBTQIA tag? I is usually intersexual and I is intersex and A is either ace or a spectrum. It's not allies. Some people thought it was for a while, it's not. Yeah, the fact that especially in the gaming space, especially in the online content creation, especially in the male-led online content creation space, largely focused around games, there's a startling lack of of representation of queer people, and also of like non-white people. Like it's a very kind of stock standard build. Not to say that there's like an inherently negative thing there, but it does mean that there are perspectives that aren't necessarily shared, and it also means that the audience doesn't necessarily see themselves reflected in media. I've received enough messages that are like, it was really important to me to know that you're queer because I'm still coming to terms with myself as someone queer. Those messages mean the world to me. The absolute world to me. What happened here? Do you send a distress call? Guess this answers the question about where tarmac security is. Ellie, they pay you to whine, you just there free. What happened here?
Alarms went off, Raps broke loose, and I hightailed it in here to get a wall between me and them beasts.
Can you tell me who's in charge? You said the raptors broke loose, you haven't caged up.
Forget I said anything about that.
Okay, you're dumb then, I guess. Well, what can you tell me about them?
Wish they tasted like Sissy Pig. Them's good eating.
What do they taste like?
Some say chicken. I say the north end of a southbound woolly cow. Anything else you'd like to know?
All right, Burke. That read weird. Can you tell me who's in charge?
Scientist, name of Anton Crane. Someone said he's panicking inside the comm center.
All right, Anton. What happened here? Because I think one of you said... Yeah, did you send a distress call?
Distress call? From here? Shit. They told me that weren't allowed.
That's what I was gonna go with as well, Real Kingdom. Ask him if he knows how cow tastes. Ask him how he knows how cow ass tastes like. Dude is just all about that thickness, and what's thicker than a cow?
Got me. I just do what I'm told, and I was told not to do such.
All right, bounce.
Oh, before I forget, Auntie Cleo's makes the best pharmaceuticals in Halcyon. Better than nature. Not like that crap Spacer's Choice pedals.
Thank you very much for sharing. I appreciate it and definitely care.